Alex Garland picks a side, what to stream at home this week, and the gang close out Spaghetti Western April in the tastiest way.
Oh, it's time for class.
Class is in session!
Roll call! Bueller?
I'm gonna be late for class.
Bueller?
Am I hallucinating here? Just what in the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm late for class.
You are mine now. You belong to me.
Did you study for the test?
No more complaining. No more Mr. Kimbley to go to the bathroom. Nothing. There is no bathroom.
Hello, classmates, and welcome to another episode of Middle Class Film Class Gab Chatter Edition. I'm your host for today, Joseph.
I'm Peter.
I'm Tyler.
And we have a great show for you today. Welcome everyone on YouTube Live, and of course, our OG audio only classmates in podcast land.
Yeah.
Welcome to a Saturday night stream.
Yeah. It's a fun time usually when we stream at night.
Yeah, we're in the eve of Saturday.
Why?
Why?
What happened?
Plans get in the way.
Yeah.
Work gets in the way sometimes.
I like the night streams, to be honest. I wish we streamed that night every night, but it would mean that we forever are committing to losing our Saturday nights.
Yes.
Prime time debauchery time.
Yeah, getting up to no good time.
Yeah.
Saturday night.
You guys are getting up to no good on Saturday nights.
I mean, in theory.
The potential is there.
Yeah. I want to be able to be a ne'er-do-well, a miscreant, a gutter snipe.
It's my God-given right.
A street urchin.
It's my God-given right.
Saturday night is my God-given right. That's what they say.
That's right. It rhymes, so it must be true.
I mean, I like the idea of doing Saturday night streams because it kind of reminds me of I always had this fantasy, we all live in the same neighborhood and we all ride bikes together. And then on Saturday night, we just come back to Pete's house and record
chill.
an episode.
I mean, we could do that. You just got to come over more than 12 seconds before we're supposed to roll. Just come over in the morning. We'll ride around.
Bring the bike.
Yeah.
Your newly working bike.
Bring the bike over.
I don't even have a bike.
I got an extra scooter for you.
Yeah.
We got the electric scooters. We can scoot around town.
Well, I mean, according to Elton John, Saturday night's all right for fighting.
Is that what the lyric is?
I think so.
What was that old 80s MTV show, Saturday Night Flight? Is that what it's called?
I don't know if the MTV existed in the 80s. Did it?
It did.
Yes,
1982.
82?
It
Yeah.
was Saturday Night Flight.
You know what the first music
Fright.
video was?
Video killed the radio
Video
star.
killed the radio
Yes.
star. Yep.
By who?
By who? I don't know. I
I
can't
couldn't tell you the name of the band.
I did a whole decades project in high school on the
I
early
thought it was
80s.
David Bowie.
It was definitely not David Bowie.
Oh, it wasn't? No, it just shows.
It's probably a
how much-
one hit wonder or something.
It was a guy who looked like John Malkovich from Hitchhikers.
Yeah, it was Saturday Night Flight or Fright or
The
something.
Bugles.
The Bugles.
The Bugles.
I love Bugles.
1980
I
was
do
when
love Bugles. Do they?
Buggles?
Buggles.
Buggles or
Oh,
Bugles?
it's Buggles. Yeah, it is
Buggles.
Buggles. The Buggles with two G's.
Bruce is saying Buggles.
Oh, hi, Bruce.
We got Bruce in the chat.
Bruce would know. What
Yeah,
is it?
Bruce
What is-
and
what-
Michael.
It's the Buggles.
He just said that. The Buggles.
No, but was it? Saturday Night Fright, Saturday Night Flight? No,
What was the premise of the show?
it was they played alternative music. God dang it! What was it? Night Fright? No, it wasn't Night Fright.
Let's spend the
Fright
whole
Night?
rest of the episode figuring it out.
I don't know.
But yeah, how was your Saturdays? The rest of the day? Because usually, we have the morning to rush whatever we're doing.
I didn't do fucking shit today, and it felt great.
Do fucking shit.
Yeah, I watched a couple movies. I watched Mean Girls,
Oh, nice.
which is a great thing.
Yeah.
I listened to Return to Innocence by Enigma.
Okay.
We were talking about, we watched Mean Girls, and then there was a song with somebody that was going like, eh. And Brianna said, isn't it weird when songs only have somebody moaning in it? And then I brought up the Moby song.
Is that the song?
Has she not listened to the Smiths?
And then I said, well, what about that one that's just the Native American guy chanting the entire time from the 80s and 90s? And it was a Pure Moods CD, compilation CD that had Return to Innocence from Enigma.
Oh, Return to Innocence.
Yeah. Yeah, that one. And then on that CD, and that's the whole reason I brought it up, Ennio Morricone has a song on that CD.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Go figure.
So basically, the songs were just like,
More or less, yeah.
what about you, Tyler? What'd you do?
I pretty much did nothing.
Prep for the show.
It's always a melancholic mood after the day of my birth. So like,
That's right.
Kind of.
Oh yeah, happy late birthday.
Thank you.
Yesterday, yeah.
That was
Yes, it was yesterday, April
it's not
25th.
too hot, not too cold.
Yeah,
All you need is a light jacket.
Yeah, William Shatner said it best, and it was actually a great day for the weather on my day of birth. And so it's always melancholic. And
Why is it melancholic though?
Well, because it's like
It's just time to celebrate. You
not,
made it another year.
yeah, I don't know if that's a celebratory sort of
Yeah,
event.
you haven't been
but-
claimed by scabies or quicksand or lightning strike or anything like that.
Yeah, no scabies,
Or the
no
police.
lightning strike, no police.
No suicide by a police officer.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that is something to celebrate.
Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, I didn't really do anything. I ate some cold pizza, played some Call of Duty, watched a movie, watched 2 movies, and then
Hey,
took a nap.
That's what happens when you're an adult. Congratulations, you've arrived. Your birthdays are now a non-event.
Yeah, yeah, very much.
33.
Yeah.
33?
Yeah, 33.
Wow.
Yeah, great.
33. Old.
It's
old fucker.
it's literally like the most uninteresting age ever. Like someone's gonna look at me like, "How old are you?" 33. Nah, okay.
Hey, you did Visible by 11. That's saying something.
You're 1/3.
Yeah.
What about you, Joseph? What did you do
Yeah,
on
what'd you
your
do?
Saturday?
Oh, you had to work, huh?
I had to work for a couple hours in the middle of the day.
Fun.
It was, I had to shoot an event at my work, and it was cool. It was like a Vegas themed like tattoo pop up in a market, and there was live music as well.
It's beer week in Sacramento.
Yes,
It is?
It's Sacramento Beer Week.
Yeah.
Yes,
And Joseph
I didn't
works in
even-
beer.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
yeah, it is very much a thing.
All right.
Yeah, it was cool. I got myself a tattoo.
Oh, you did?
I was about to ask you, did you get a tattoo?
Yeah.
What did you get?
It's a knife, like a switchblade,
Hell yeah. We're Switchblade brothers now because I got one too.
stabbing 2 dice.
Stabbing 2 days.
Yeah.
Nice.
It would be great if it was like a pictogram of Tyler. It looked like that leprechaun from that meme video.
Wait a minute. What?
Everybody see the leprechaun say yeah.
Yeah.
But it's Tyler.
But yeah, so I got that
Cool.
and then filmed the event, and it was cool. It was fun.
Nice. And then you made some spaghetti.
And then I went home. I got the ingredients for spaghetti.
Yep.
For some sketty, and did that while watching the movie at the same time. So it was
Yeah.
there was a nationwide Xfinity outage, I guess.
Something, yeah. At least
Yeah, I
all of
heard.
Greater Sacramento.
Yeah, I heard.
And so I couldn't watch it on my TV, so I watched it on my phone, which worked out because the way my kitchen's set up, I can't see the TV.
yeah.
So I just had it on my phone, put on my AirPods, and just leaned it up against the, on the
AirPods,
counter,
la la la.
Yeah.
and then just was making that spaghetti.
Furiously.
Yeah,
So
furiously boiling those noodles.
Yeah.
Nice.
But other than that, that's it. Let's
Yeah.
get into some Gab Chatter.
Find some charity, you lad. Now's the time for Gab Chatter.
Gab Chatter movie news. No news
yes, no news.
this week, and I bet you're wondering why I was making spaghetti
Yeah.
in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Wait,
Why-
hold on. I'm sorry. Before this thought leaves me, it's called Night Flight. That's what it
Night
was.
Flight. All
Night
right.
Flight.
That was on USA Network. by the
According
way.
to Bruce.
According to Bruce.
Oh, damn.
And I take what Bruce says with 100% absolute truth all the time.
He's a historian,
Yeah.
Yes.
and older than all of us. So
Yeah.
he was there.
He was there.
He was there. He was there. Consciously.
10,000 years ago.
I saw it.
So yeah, spaghetti. I was making spaghetti in my kitchen for one specific reason, and we're closing out Spaghetti Western April.
Yeah.
With our own dishes, homemade dishes of spaghetti.
That's right.
And right now we're gonna go in a circle, starting with Pete's.
No, it's going to be you first.
Oh, me first. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna
starting with
record-
me first. Our spaghetti dish, a little show and tell for
right.
you. So let me go cut to Pete Cam, Spaghetti Cam. We got here obviously spaghetti noodles with an arrabbiata sauce and some Italian sausage from Impossible. I made this. Deanna did not make this. I made it myself because
I like how you have to.
Proud of you.
because she wasn't home.
So it's gonna. Joseph's gonna. And
yeah.
by the way, this is a vegan dish.
Yes,
Joseph.
I mean, it's just it's just spaghetti with red sauce.
That sausage is not quite actually sausage. What is it?
It's Italian sausage
From Impossible.
from, like I said,
So
from
like
Impossible.
soy or something.
Soy based.
Yeah.
Correct.
All right, so let's get a.
I've
good,
had it before. It's
Let's get a good bite of
It
this.
is very delicious. The Italian style. Let me get to this. Let me get a little bit of this. It's gonna be a little bit of a mess here. So
That's okay.
a little ASMR spaghetti for you folks.
Gummo style.
Oh God.
You can take the mic out of your mouth.
I'll take the mic out of my mouth.
Push that away. Push that away.
You get this. You get
Yeah,
this.
yeah, I got you. Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
We're paying homage to Gummo here
Yeah.
and Killing of a Sacred Deer and Relaxer, actually, also.
Very delicious. The sauce is from a jar. Not homemade. But very good.
Yeah, looks good.
Proud of myself.
Yeah, how long did that take you about?
Probably longer than it should have. Honestly.
You went producer justice style? Took 4 hours
One
to
at
make.
a time.
Yeah, one thing at a time.
One noodle at a time.
One noodle at a time.
All right, cool.
Boiling the pasta takes the longest.
Yeah.
So that's mine. I don't know. I don't have a name for it.
It's just spaghetti.
Joseph Special.
Yeah. The spaghetti. And why are we doing this? Why are we doing spaghetti?
I already mentioned that.
Oh, okay.
To close out Spaghetti Western April.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yep.
All right, Pete.
Yes.
What do you have? We're gonna switch to his spaghetti cam. He's gonna pull it over. Let me get the.
Here we go. Yes. So here's my spaghetti. I'm gonna put it in the light so we can get a good look at it. Go a little wider. There we go. Yes, this is my spaghetti I made at home. Hold on, let me get. I got a
Homemade
little
noodle.
cheese here. Give me
Oh
a
my God,
Give me a little cheese. Give me a little cheese. Here we go.
He's got this specialty grater going on.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's a crank.
Just tell me when to stop.
It's like the
It
slap
doesn't
chop
stop.
of grating cheese.
All right.
What's that guy's name?
Yeah, I don't know.
Vincent.
Vince from Slap Chop.
Yeah, Vince. Yeah.
All right.
All right, let me get a good old.
We are going
Come on.
insane with this camera angle. Okay,
Get in there.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is really good.
Wait,
Really
well, walk us through what you got going on in this.
So I got. Hold on. I got to swallow. So what I do is I cook down the onions, chop the onions real fine, cook down the onions. I have also bell peppers in there.
Nice.
And I cook those down, and then I chop up some brown mushrooms or bella mushrooms.
God damn.
Cut those in there, and I basically simmer it all down in a butter and oil. And then I put and usually I just use ground beef, but for today, I was already planning on cooking a tri-tip, so I hit it with the sous vide. It's a 6-hour tri-tip sous vide dry rub. Yeah, you can see the chunks of meat in there. Mm-hmm.
God damn.
The meat was already pre-cooked. Then I crisp it up a little bit more with all the veggies and whatnot, making myself basically like a medley. Then I put the jar sauce in it with the hot peppers, a little bit of hot peppers. Make the sauce basically inject into all the vegetables and the meat and whatnot.
Like Terry Gilliam.
That's right. Then, hold on a second. This is a, what's it called? Iguana cam.
Oh,
So,
all right.
and I gotta say, this is a fantastic dish.
We got the dish. We got the gist of it.
And it's gluten-free pasta because everything in our house is gluten-free. Because Brianna.
And no garlic.
No garlic. That's the one thing I left out is gluten and garlic.
Cool.
The epitome of flavor.
Ah, yes.
Gluten.
Very good.
And anything else?
I put a little bit of starchy water in it, in the sauce.
Oh, yeah, the
And
pasta
I
water.
let the
pasta
sauce and
water.
all the toppings simmer for about 45 minutes to get all the flavors together.
Yeah.
And then I top it with more of the medley that's not been simmered forever. And then I put all the noodles in the sauce. So it's
Nice.
all kind of together in one.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right, and last but not least, Tyler Noe, birthday
Yes.
boy. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got this. Oh, you want to do it? Yeah. Okay. What do we have? What did you what did you come up with? What did you conjure up? Would you
Well, I didn't conjure up with anything, but I
somewhat of a chef yourself.
I'm not really a chef, but I went to Chef Boyardee. This is beef. This is beef ravioli. This is not spaghetti per se. I panic bought this at the gas station. So we're gonna crack this open here,
Like a soda.
yeah, and then
I didn't realize they were called ravioli westerns.
yeah, and so I
Chug.
oh should oh that's very tasty. Oh yeah. So I mean I can try to I'm not gonna even try to make them as a spaghetti, but
Oh boy. Let's slurp it up. Oh my god.
yeah, it tastes like
It's not warm.
it tastes like poverty. Yeah, you know what? I think I got the best attitude of spaghetti westerns because our heroes in the spaghetti westerns, they're living off of this kind of stuff. So
Raviolis.
yeah, so I think I got it.
Canned ravioli.
Yeah, so
Oh my god. Oh man.
really great stuff.
okay.
Really great stuff.
Dynamite stuff.
Oh, we lost the Italian audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was the end of the presenting spaghetti. Now we're gonna eat it throughout the show, so you're gonna hear us.
Yeah.
I can't not eat this. It's so good.
This is what good pussy sounds like.
Oh my god.
The first time in a film podcast show eating.
You hear that slop? You hear that? I wonder how many listeners are tuning out.
I know you kids like it extra sloppy.
I mean, I gotta say though, like I'm not kidding. Like you see, like these protagonists that are living in squalor and eating out of cans. So,
I guess they're probably. I don't even know if I can recall any of the movies that we watched this week where anybody's eating at all.
True.
They're all just drinking.
Yeah. Yeah. They're either drinking water out of survival or they're drinking their whiskey.
What are we gonna do for pre-code films? What meal are we gonna eat?
What's the?
Oh wait, we're gonna
eat something. What are we gonna have?
We're
for,
gonna have a meal every end of the month.
I mean, why not?
What are we gonna have for the horror with no does?
That's good.
Bloody,
don't know,
Bloody
some-
Marys.
Bloody Marys.
No.
You're drinking fucking ravioli juice. A Bloody Mary is already tomato juice.
That's right.
Just add a celery and some vodka in it.
Michael says at least they set the can on a fire and warm it up, Tyler.
Okay, he got me there.
You got me there.
They even do it in a Goofy movie in the car.
I'm joking.
Okay, he got me there.
I like that we made one like offhanded line about having spaghetti on the final show, and
Here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are. We're eating our dinner live on show. MCFC mukbang.
Yum.
Mukbang class, film class.
Man, this is good.
Let's just the rest of the show is just let's just finish and then we'll continue the show.
One more bite, and then I'm done, and then we could start talking.
Okay. Well,
I'm not stopping.
I mean, can I start off with my streaming pick since I only have one?
Well, hold on. Well, there's no news stories like we said.
Yeah.
This was the news. Spaghetti. We all made spaghetti. Well, two of us made spaghetti. One of us found ravioli
Yeah.
Just in the corner.
in the corner on the ground somewhere. Stole it from a homeless person.
He bartered it.
I did not steal it from a homeless person.
Hey, that's mine.
We fought over with forks.
I need it for my show.
Let go of the bread, you old bag.
Little context though, Joseph did remind us. He did very nice. Thank you, Joseph.
You're welcome.
Played the producer role for a second. Was like, guys, remember we got the spaghetti. Get your spaghetti. 12 o'clock. Message went out. Call time was 6:30 tonight. 6.5 hours that Tyler had to prepare for this.
All right, we don't need to,
And we got raviolis in a can.
He pulled out a can of Chef Boyardee from his hoodie. Like, he always keeps that thing on him.
Yeah. I wanted to say before we actually get into streaming picks, the thought process on what spaghetti western April has been. You know, we started the new format of the show. We weren't sure if it was going to be a good thing or a bad thing or whatever. And maybe the people listening to us eat spaghetti think it's a bad thing right now. But I particularly think that I like the format because I feel like I'm actually learning something about a genre of movie that I don't particularly know about. And I know a little bit about like car chase scenes.
Yeah.
Just because I kind of
like
gravitate
cars.
towards car movies and cars in general. But during the course of when we get to the car chase scene month, it's going to be fun to like look at historical car chase scenes and look at ones that are maybe not quite the most popular ones like Bullet or Ronin or whatever.
Yeah.
And look at some of the lesser known ones and then think to myself, wonder what Tyler's going to pick. What kind of car chases Tyler going to pick for us? And then it turns out it's like, you know, a three-wheeled go-ped or something like that from a Taiwanese movie or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like Ong Bak, they have a little tricycle cart chase scene. But throughout the month, it forced me to watch spaghetti westerns, American westerns, stuff that I never would have seeked out. And I know it's not like we're authorities on this subject now, but I know I have a more broad understanding of what it means, what the concept is, and really now I think there is so much that has evolved from those days till now. And even before the spaghetti westerns, what made them, like the counterculture movement of the spaghetti western came from this standard morality tale of the black hat, white hat sort of cowboy stories.
Yeah.
You know, the 20s up until the 40s and 50s. But even looking at Clint Eastwood, he did Pale Rider. Haven't seen that one yet. It's next on my list. Still want to watch it. And it's a different type of character than he played in the in the Sergio Leone movies. And he only did 3. He did just the 3 of the trilogy. He never did any more spaghetti westerns. It was just that.
Yeah.
And like Clint himself turned that stereotype, that genre stereotype from his character from the spaghetti westerns on its head up until like Unforgiven. And that shaped the movies that he ended up making like himself later on in his career too, like Gran Torino and shit like that. So
well, when you're just around a director, like I guess like Sergio Leone, as an up-and-coming actor, I mean, that kind of like you get inspiration and ideas from how this foreign director from a different country directs his films, and then you sort of apply that method to your future directorial projects.
Yeah, I'm sure people probably constantly were trying to put Clint into a box too. Like, you were this guy, you're always going to be this guy. And I know that happened with Sergio Leone too, which is basically birthed Once Upon a Time in the West, which is our review movie this week. So yeah, I had a really good time watching the spaghetti westerns is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, and it doesn't stop there. There's way more movies out there that are not just like the big hitters that we kind of watched, other than Hudson River Massacre. But
I mean, I gotta say, I think this kind of cemented my sort of opinion on westerns. While the good westerns are really good, I have a hard time getting behind the how do I say it? Not glorification, but like this sort of like American idealism attitude towards westerns, where like it's supposed to be like badass, and glorification or idealization. Yeah, and what I will say about spaghetti westerns is, like you were saying, that like it flipped the American western films on their head in it being a little bit more like storytelling rather than these are good old boys who are coming like black hat, white hat sort of thing. Yeah. I mean, that's the reality of most actual human non-movie people, like real humans, not characters, is that
you like to think of yourself as a good guy. Jesus Christ. We all like to think of ourselves like good guys. But I'm sure that in somebody's story, we're the bad guy. We're painted as a bad guy and painted into a corner or a bad scenario. Yeah. You may do things that you wouldn't think are possible.
Yeah.
So, none of these are warm, fuzzy tales. And the people that are considered heroes in them are also not straight ahead, black and white hero villain.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, they're not like, this guy is a good guy, no question.
Yeah.
No, he's kind of abusive and manipulative, conniving,
misogynistic,
something like that.
Almost raped the main lead female.
Yeah,
yeah.
Stop just shy of that. I'm like, Bronson, what are you doing?
Bronson,
Charles Bronson.
Yeah, harmonica, easy there.
I kind of was I was kind of wrestling with the thought of like the term spaghetti western, because the term spaghetti western is referring to
Italian production,
right?
Spaghetti.
Yeah. Is that racist?
No. It's referencing a race, and it's referencing a nationality, but it's not racist.
But
Italians
are
are
food though.
Italians.
Yeah, food is racist.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's just like, oh, Italian spaghetti. Like
Italians,
I don't know.
Italians are white people.
Okay, well,
you can't be racist against white people.
You can be prejudiced. Yes,
you can't be racist.
You can't be racist.
Yeah, you can.
I just felt like, and this is just like a very minor like thought. I was thinking that like, I wonder if like if Italian person like thought of like a spaghetti western. Oh, what? Because I'm Italian?
They would be proud that you were talking about that.
Because I'm Italian?
Well, also in the 60s, people's understandings about different cultures was not the same as today.
Right.
Like they would have somebody kind of immigrate to the country and from Vietnam, and they would assume that they were from China or something, or oh yeah, they probably all eat with chopsticks, or they all probably talk the same or whatever. It's like very isolated.
Yeah.
Before the like world of globalization and the internet and multiple different cultures were easily exposed to everybody all the time.
I mean, there's certainly a level of ignorance. There can be a level of ignorance. Like, oh, you're Italian, you must love spaghetti. Like
that was my line. That was my line.
But then when if you put the shoe on the other foot and be like, oh, you're Mexican, you must love tacos and enchiladas. It's like, fuck yeah,
yeah.
I love them too. Just because it's specifically calling out a traditional dish from that culture doesn't mean it's bad or racist.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think like it was like originally characterized,
but I see what you mean.
But like I was just thinking
in 50 years we'll all be canceled for what we're saying right now.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Italians and Spanish people, they're just European. They're just white European people.
What I will say though is Italians make the best westerns.
What about modern westerns?
The racists will challenge you on that.
John Wayne was a goddamn hero. He worked for the Confederacy. How dare you? Yeah.
I guess like for like old westerns, like I've found myself gravitating towards spaghetti westerns rather than like.
Is it just because we've been watching them in April?
Well, no, I mean, like, even like before, like we even decided to watch like the spaghetti western April sort of thing. When I would watch westerns that were like older, I remember there was a John Wayne western movie that I watched. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me, but I remember not enjoying it like at all, because it felt like that sort of thing where you show a film like that you beloved from your past to someone who's never seen it, and then they're just like sitting there watching it like, this sucks.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people find westerns boring, like just in general. When they hear the word western, they're like, oh, that sounds boring. It's like country music.
Yeah,
like they just lump all country music into one thing.
Yeah, i.e. Once Upon a Time in the West.
We got a couple new people in the chat. One is Derek, who I know in real life he's a pal.
Derek,
Derek. What's
a
up,
buddy and a pal?
What's up, Derek? And then other one is Jaws 8475. Do not recognize the person, icon, or the name, but welcome. Really, really cool. Thanks for showing up to the stream. Oh! Yeah. And Jaws says John Ford would beg to differ that the Italians make the best Westerns. I asked him for his recommendation for the best, and he said The Searchers. That was my streaming pick 3 weeks ago when I was looking for different spaghetti Westerns to cover on the show. Realized it was not Italian. It was an American Western. And it was very good. It was very good. And in retrospect, I was maybe a little harsh on it back then because I was not what I was expecting. John Wayne is played a little bit more ambiguous as an anti-hero and less of a piece of shit. Yeah. As a, retrospective, hindsight 2020 piece of shit sort of a thing. But yeah, that was a very good movie. I'm looking for some more. I want some more. More classic Americans.
Just watch more John Ford movies, I guess.
I don't know. It feels like it's such a commitment. I want a recommendation from someone who says you're gonna like this. And I've already seen The Search. Everybody says The Searches. It seems to be like the big one. So
everybody says The Searches. I gotta watch The Searches.
Everyone's The Searches.
And I did.
It's all about The Searches.
I guess I have to watch The Searches now.
Yeah. Anything you want to do stream picks or what?
Let's get into some stream picks.
Okay.
Movies.
Wanna watch a movie?
Yes, I do.
Disney Plus. Oh, HBO Max.
If I don't get the pick, show's over.
I have grown accustomed to Hulu Plus.
Amazon Prime.
I like Netflix.
You found the pick.
Stream picks. Pete.
That's it?
Movies that we watch on our streaming services that you can watch or not watch too.
There we go. We got new people listening.
Pete.
While I finish cleaning up.
While you what?
Finish cleaning up my mouth from eating that spaghetti.
Cleaning up your mouth?
I'm going to play a little music while I get this ready, okay? Oh!
Here comes the cease and desist in the mail.
That's right. All right. So, I watched a couple of new movies and I watched a couple of classics. So I'm just going to kind of go down the line. First one of the week to the next one, or the newest one. My Name is Nobody, a spaghetti western that I've heard is pretty good. I don't know if it's actually a spaghetti western or not. It's directed by Tonino Valeri, and original title Il mio nome è Nessuno. So I'm assuming it is Italian.
Sounds Italian.
Yeah, it's a little bit later. This is in 1973, and but it's a comedy. That's why I watched it, because I was told, oh yeah, this is one of the.
Oh yeah, in the 70s, that's when they started getting comedic.
Yeah, later in the run.
More like haha funny.
And it's Terrence Hill and Henry Fonda as the main leads. Henry Fonda also in Once Upon a Time in the West. I really hated this, like, so much. I didn't even finish this movie.
Oh no!
Really?
Yeah,
it wasn't funny.
No, it was not funny.
What kind of comedy?
One that's not funny.
But like, is it like towards like a Blazing Saddles type of funny, or is it more like?
No, it's more like I don't know, like Rush Hour or something, like Shanghai, like trying to be Shanghai Nights, trying to be like
Shanghai Noon,
high energy and clever more than anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, it did have more of a serious tone with some goofy, I think, characters. I don't know. It didn't land on me at all. The pacing was really bad. And you know how Sergio Leone movies tend to have long breathing scenes.
Yes.
You're just breathing in the scenery and letting the characters kind of absorb into you. You get to feel exactly who they are and look into their soul in a way. Yeah. It felt like this was trying to do that on some really uninteresting things and lingering shots on things that I didn't care about whatsoever once I kind of figured out what they were. So yeah, I would say no, don't watch it.
Okay.
Got it.
Synopsis says Jack Beauregard, an aging gunman of the Old West who wants to retire in peace and move to Europe, but a young gunfighter known as Nobody, who idolizes Beauregard, wants him to go out in a blaze of glory. So he arranges for Jack to face a 150-man gang known as the Wild Bunch and earn his place in history.
150 man.
I thought it was an interesting concept. I got like 30 minutes into this 90-minute movie and bailed.
Wow.
I'm like, I haven't enjoyed myself for 30 minutes. I haven't laughed one time in 30 minutes. It was not good. So yeah, so that's My Name is Nobody. If you take my sensibilities to heart, don't watch it. Next up, I watched a classic that I've seen a million times, so I'm just going to very briefly mention it. Tombstone, streaming on Amazon Prime, Hulu, FX Now, and Fubo. And I think we all know what Tombstone is.
Yeah.
Directed by George P. Cosmatos.
Cosmatos.
Panos Cosmatos' father from Color Out of Space fame.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Richard Stanley directed Color Out of Space, first of all.
I'm sorry, Mandy. Mandy, my bad. I got those mixed up. Mandy.
They both have Nicolas Cage.
Correct.
Both. Yeah.
You are correct.
Wait, is it actually his father? Wow.
Yeah, Panos Cosmatos.
Wow.
George P. Cosmatos. So Val Kilmer, Kurt Russell, Sam Elliott, Bill Paxton, Powers Booth, Michael Bain, Charlton Heston. Wait, no. Charlton Heston's not in this. He says he's in it, but I don't remember him. Jason Priestley, John Tenney, Stephen Lang. There are so many people in this that you would recognize, and you think like Stephen Lang is in this. Oh yeah. Oh, he's one of the dirty lackeys. He looks like a whole grimy ass piece of shit.
Looks like a real son of a bitch.
Yeah. Great dialogue in this more than anything, I think, and a great vibe piece, but definitely more polished and a little bit more Hollywood than I remember it as a kid. So it's 1993's Tombstone.
Yeah, I mean, I watched that for the first time last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that scene with Kurt Russell when he has that guy by the shirt and he's pulling him out in the street and he's getting surrounded was a really great scene.
Yeah, there's some really fantastic tension. Billy Bob Thornton getting this shit slapped out of him by as the dealer was really fun. I like that whole bit.
I really liked how sweaty Val Kilmer looked throughout the whole movie.
His dialogue is so good.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
So he doesn't actually say Huckleberry.
What?
He says Hucklebearer.
Oh.
And a hucklebearer, a huckle is the handle on a casket. Because he's saying, hey, the Michael Baine's character, the gunfighter, saying, I don't want to fight you. And Wyatt Earp says, I'll be a hucklebearer.
Duck Holiday.
Like Duck Holiday, sorry. He's like, I'll basically carry your casket.
Did you mean Earl Europe?
Yeah, Earl Europe. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's right.
That's a callback.
Yeah. So yeah, his dialogue is really, really good.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, you look like you're about to die, Lunger. I feel dandy. I feel just dandy.
And Val Kilmer has famously gone on record saying that he fought for that role. Like
yes,
he really, really wanted.
He actually got TB for it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about Tombstone anymore. I got more movies to talk about.
Oh.
So next one, another classic Western that was a little bit more in the modern era that I heard was way underrated and people don't talk about enough. Young Guns, 1988. This has another fantastic cast.
That's modern?
I mean, it's more modern than the 1960s.
What year? 98?
88.
88.
Yeah. So it's a weird sort of like era for cowboy movies. And
80s,
the vibe of this is super strange. Here's the cast. Emilio Estevez, Kiefer Sutherland, Lou Diamond Phillips, Charlie Sheen, Dermot Mulroney, and Terrence Stamp. Also Jack Palance and Terry O'Quinn.
Got the Sheens in there.
Yeah, a couple of bros in there. And a group of 6 young gunmen led by Billy the Kid, who's Emilio Estevez, become deputies to avenge the murder of the rancher who became their benefactor. But when Billy takes their authority too far, they become the hunted. So they're all basically living on a ranch. This rich guy has a ranch, and they're his bodyguards essentially for his ranch.
Living on a ranch.
And they get a place to stay for free, and they just have to guard the ranch basically.
Right.
And he also teaches them how to read and like be educated and also be like reasonable young men.
Teaches them how to read.
This is the Wild West, Tyler, remember.
Teaches them how to read. Who needs to read anymore?
I know, for real. And so he's an educated kind of British guy. Terrence Stamp plays him. And then when Jack Palance is a character, he's like the rival businessman in town, basically has him killed. They get deputized by the local sheriff and they say, we're going to go out and get like warrants for all these guys that did the killing and bring them to justice. Well, Billy the Kid comes out and he just fucking kills them. He's like, I'm above the law. I'm just going to woo. And then he has a downward decline into his like villain story.
Mm-hmm.
And then the various young kids in the gang with him either have to get on board with the killing or they don't. So it's an interesting story, but I really did not like this either. I thought it was bad, quite bad.
Oh,
Yeah, like 2 stars out of 5. It's a weird like mixture of vibes too, because it's got like synth guitar at the beginning, like when they're all like getting to, you know how like trying to think of like Cleaning the Cube or Rad or something like that, where it's like shredding. It's like those sports movies that are very like high energy and
grind.
Kind of like the intro to Caddyshack. It's all right.
Okay.
You ain't gotta worry about me.
Yeah, very 80s.
You remember the intro to Caddyshack?
That song is like, burned in my head. But it's like that sort of vibe at the beginning, and they're getting the gang together and stuff, and you're like, is this like a light jaunt? Is this a teen?
It's very lighthearted
teen comedy, and then they just start murdering people.
Oh,
and it just the vibe's not there. I don't know. I don't like this at all.
So like the mixture of like 80s sort of music,
80s
bled into the Western movie.
Yeah. It was. I don't know. It just didn't work.
What about Rick Ross and Django?
Love it. Took me off guard, but loved it. So that's streaming on Amazon Prime and Philo.
That don't make no sense.
Up and coming Philo, you know.
Angry Otter says to give Young Guns 2 a shot. Much better movie.
You know what? I've actually heard that too, and I might do that. I might do that just for you, Michael. I watched Inglourious Bastards. Fantastic. I'm not going to even talk about that, but just so damn good. I will be rewatching Django to basically cap off Spaghetti Western April.
Not late.
Too long. I don't want to do 4 hours. But Django,
1 hour episodes. Each day.
I loved Hateful Eight though, so maybe I will do it. But okay, so on to new movies. Them from 1954. Them !
Them.
Yeah, this is the giant mutant ant movie.
Oh yeah,
Them. It's them. Arcade Fire. So
this bit again.
Yeah, this is streaming on. Let me see where this is streaming. Indie Flix. I might have rented this one.
You rented?
I must have rented it because I was doing a guest spot on Binge Movies, and we were covering Phase 4, that Ant movie directed by Saul Bass.
Saul Bass.
Yeah, Saul Bass. Graphic designer Saul Bass. But Them is from 1954, and it's one of these movies that I always thought was a hipster pick when supposed famous cinephile or movie maker says, "Oh, one of my big influences or top 4 favorites or whatever, Letterboxd top 4."
Them.
And they say, "Oh yeah, Them 1954," and I'm like, that's such a pretentious pick. How good could it really be? A giant ant movie. I mean, I know it's fun and campy and whatever, and oh my gosh, the ants came from outer space and they're huge, 12 feet long, and the world's gonna end. And I watched it, and it is a legitimately good movie with some good tension, some good mystery behind it. Great practical bits with the actual ants, and Jim Cameron 100% pulled a lot of inspiration for Aliens from this movie, because when they go down into the LA sewers where the ants are living and they find the egg nest room, they torch it with flamethrowers. And it's all these giant ant eggs being torched with flamethrowers, and you're like, "That's the fucking queen scene with the net, with the ant net or the egg nest." So, really, really interesting. I thought it was better than I was expecting, and I could see why that movie influenced a lot of movies since then. One of the better old like black and white creature features from the 50s. So that's Them. Okay, 1954.
That's like would that be like a sci-fi movie?
Sci-fi creature feature.
Yeah.
Is there a reason the ants are big?
Yeah, they're
alien, right?
No, it's not. That's why I thought it was, but it's lingering radiation from the atomic bomb drop.
Oh, that's right.
Where they tested it, yeah.
Or Godzilla. Closer to Godzilla.
And then I watched Death Rides a Horse in preparation, just in case.
Hell yeah.
Joseph watched it, I know for sure. Did you watch it, Tyler?
No, I did not.
Okay. And this has... I don't even want to really say anything about the third act, but it really surprised me in the third act in a really good way. And I was already having a good time, but the way that the whole story comes together, I was like, okay, you got me.
Okay.
Yeah, I was expecting... I kind of expect, like, I know what to expect, but I did not. It was a good surprise, so...
Yes.
I don't want to say anything more than that because I don't want to give away more than what it needs to be done. But
It was, yes.
the main character in it is not Lee Van Cleef. He's on the poster, but it is John Philip Law. I would consider more the main guy. And he's a young boy, probably about 8 or 10 or something like that. And his whole family is slaughtered by this group of 4 bandits. And his like mom and sister are almost raped, or maybe they did. And they
In front of him.
Yeah, right in front. He's like hiding in the corner, and his dad's shot dead. And then they shoot his wife, his mom, and his sister dead too. And they leave the house to burn down, and he's in it, and he gets out without being noticed, and basically grows up to be a gunslinger, hell bent on revenge.
And well, I mean, I'm kind of jumping.
That's fine. Go ahead.
He like he logs like traits, physical traits of each of the people.
Yeah, each one of the 4 killers has something very specific. Like one's got a huge scar across his eye. One of them has a weird earring that's very specific, and one of them's got a tattoo on his chest of 4 aces. And the other one was I don't remember.
One was just ugly.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
The other one, I think he just got a good look at him or something like that.
Yeah.
But he's basically going through life trying to like live a life almost like Manny Patinkin from Princess Bride. He's like, I've been dedicating my whole life to revenge, but there's not a lot of money.
Bowl of spaghetti right there, just so you know.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I brought you good spaghetti, and you choose to eat the cold shit out of the can. I made a second bowl for you.
No, this is punishment. I have to eat this whole thing, and then I can have the good.
Whatever.
All right, whatever.
Okay, I'll just throw that in the garbage then. It's going to be cold by the time you get to it.
I like eating cold food. Anyways, go on.
Okay, so anyways, yeah, he grows up as an adult, and he's now a very accomplished gunslinger, and he's trying to
he's been training.
Yeah, he's been training for the right moment, and he starts finding these guys one by one. And Lee Van Cleef plays he's just, when we join him in the modern day, we don't see him in the past day. We join him in the modern day, and he's just getting out of jail. He's just released, and he's starting his life as a free man again. And he goes to visit this homestead where this young man is now studying the gun. And he's standing over the graves, and it's almost like he knew his parents or something like that. Like maybe he's a family friend or something.
Yeah.
And he's just like, man, I have places changed a lot in my time. And he's also an accomplished gunfighter. So the young guy is kind of trying to tag along with him, and he doesn't want it. He's like, no, you're on your own. I'm going to leave you here. I'm going to strand you. Take your horse, and
he's
you
like
keep following me.
That sounds like a lot of. That sounds like a better movie than the one that we're going to review.
Okay.
He's like another man on his own mission.
He's got his own mission, and you're not quite sure what their relationship is, but he's a mysterious, gunslinger also. So, yeah, and but the actual revenge killings is really good because you see the flashback to him with the guy with the 4 aces on his shirt, and
it's like this effect, like this red filter, that goes over it. It was really cool.
That's awesome.
Hey, Chris is in the chat. What's up, Chris?
Hi, Chris.
So anyways, Death Rides a Horse is on Amazon Prime. Highly recommend.
Yep.
Very, very good and brutal. First scene, people are getting knifed in the chest in the rain.
Damn.
Yeah, it's brutal, really brutal. So yeah, high recommend, and that's what I got.
Cool. Tyler, what are you doing over there?
No, my phone charger fell.
Okay, Tyler, what did you watch?
Well, first of all, I want to give compliments to the chef, Pete. This spaghetti's amazing.
Oh, good. Thank you very much.
And I did eat all my raviolis as punishment for.
You sure about that?
Do you want to look? Do you want me? Do I have to drink the sauce too now?
No, please don't.
Gargle the balls.
Please don't. No, just.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm glad you like the spaghetti.
Pour it on the rest of the spaghetti. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
Don't
I'm not
do
going to do that. I won't taint. I won't dare taint it. Yeah. So I watched a movie on Pete's recommendation, Companion.
Oh, cool.
Directed by Drew Hancock, written by Drew Hancock, starring Sophie Thatcher, Jack Quaid, and then the guy who played Guillermo, the
Harvey Guillen.
Yeah. This movie was freaking amazing.
Oh, good. He liked it.
It really satisfied that itch that I have about androids. one thing, one criticism that I will have about this movie is that Iris, the main character, she doesn't act android-ish.
That's the point. They're that good. It's in the future when you can't tell.
Right. But I have a problem with that. Like, I wish it was a little bit more like you could differentiate from like a human to the android. I get that like they are really realistic, but like if they like, and in some ways, her acting, the way that she walks, like the cadence of her walking, like you can tell that she is not really human.
What?
Put on. Yeah, this is a perfect opportunity to use your chatbot.
Oh yeah, sorry.
What'd you want her to sound like, huh?
Yeah. Hold on. Where is it here? What's the main guy's name in it? Let's see, companion.
Josh Beeman.
Josh, I love you.
That doing it for you?
What? Yeah, it is.
Take me now.
You know,
I'm ready.
So the story is very like easy to follow as well. Like it's not complicated. It's not like super like you can take it into a philosophical way. But it's not like Ex Machina where like it's like super heady. And I really man, like it just made me wish that I could have one.
Oh, that's the most depressing thing I've ever heard.
I really wish.
Why?
You want some fuck bot?
That's offensive. I would never call my companion a fuckbot.
What's a robot? What's the waifu version of a robot?
She would call me a fuckbot.
Yeah, maybe. I think Jack Quaid did a really. No.
You wouldn't make your sex bot call you daddy?
Oh no, I'd call her mommy.
Oh God.
Mother's milk. Me want sucky now, mommy.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of
inside of your head must be a terrifying place.
It is.
What intelligence setting, Tyler? Bruce wants to know.
Yeah. What would you put it at?
What intelligence setting? Out of 100. Out of 100.
Out of 100, I'd probably put it at 75.
She can't be smarter than me.
That's saying that I have 75% intelligence. No, I would want her to be smarter and a little bit more dommy. But love me anyway.
Tell me what to do.
But what I really liked about this movie was surprisingly Jack Quaid's acting.
He's pretty good.
I was really apprehensive about his career trajectory because, him being like a Nepo baby, like, he's just getting the role because he's a Quaid.
Dennis Quaid's son.
And so
Randy Quaid's nephew.
I mean, like he's more or less okay in The Boys, the TV show by Amazon Prime. But
never heard of it.
I wonder if he ever put any snakes in people's houses. It's like rubbing that head over there.
But with this movie, like I feel like this really kind of like cemented him as being like a really legitimate actor, and just the whole pacing of the movie is just damn near perfect.
It's very fun. It's very like exciting and energetic.
And like the way things like start cascading into the plot is was very enjoyable for me. And I really liked it, and I hope that I could live to see a future with the companion bots.
You still have to buy it though.
That's true.
You have to have the money to afford it.
What I found really funny about this movie is like when he's explaining, like, do you really want to know how we first met? And it just shows like delivery people wheeling in a coffin.
Yeah.
Like it's coffin shaped. I remember audibly out like saying to myself, I was just like, why is it shaped like a coffin? Like,
well, that's what person goes in there.
Yeah, but it's shaped like the classic like 1800s coffin. Like it's not like a box. Like it's like literally like shaped like a coffin. I thought that was pretty comical.
This is Tyler interacting with his android. Less talky, more fucky.
No.
Yes, Daddy.
No.
You have long, stimulating conversations.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Can you just compliment me, please?
I mean, basically, yeah, because of my low self-esteem and narcissism, like, yeah, it would
that's a really weird combination you have, though. Low self-esteem and narcissism.
I know, it's paradoxical.
It's actually not that.
It's paradoxical.
Most narcissists.
It's actually not that
uncommon.
Uncommon.
Really?
Yeah.
I figured most narcissists think very highly of themselves.
I think there's a difference between ego and narcissism.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, it would just be me, just like talking to this poor android about everything and anything, and then they would have to listen to it.
You want to hear a new song I wrote?
They would have to listen to me.
I guess.
Hold on, let me put on my wife beater.
Shut up. Anyways, yeah.
The android is like,
oh, this bit again.
Have you ever played Detroit Become Human?
No, I have not.
Oh, you need to.
You should play that game.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to.
All right. Well, I'll check it out.
Where's Companion streaming?
That is streaming on Amazon Prime, but like it's on Prime, but I don't know if it's on Max, like as well, like because like my Amazon Prime is kind of like
Max.
I'm pretty sure it's Max.
Okay, because like my Amazon
Prime,
it's on
Max.
Okay, because like my subscriptions are like all on one like docket, so
yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, Companion that's streaming
on Max.
On Max, yes. And then that's it. That's the movie that I watched.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right. Me. Let me go to me. Let me pause my spaghetti eating.
Yeah.
I watched a few movies, and they're all bangers.
Oh, cool.
All bangers. Starting in the
just like Tyler.
Yeah. In the order that
all bangers.
No, the order that I watched them. I rewatched for the first time in a while. I haven't seen it in a while. Is Steven Spielberg's Minority Report?
Yeah.
Sci-fi action movie starring Tom Cruise, based on a short story by Philip K. Dick, who also did the story for Blade Runner and Scanner Darkly, I think. Yeah.
He did a lot of movies.
Yeah. He wrote a lot of books.
A lot of books that
turned into
movies is what I mean. Yeah.
And you guys seen Minority Report?
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah, a few times. Very good.
Yeah, I remember really, really enjoying this movie when I watched it, whenever I watched it the first time. And I still really, really enjoyed it this time. Some of the visual effects are kind of dated. This came out in 2002.
Mm-hmm.
But
seems great for 02 though. In my mind,
it still looks really good. It's very dreamy looking. A lot of like blooming highlights, very like ghosty, kind of like artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Also Spielberg, I believe.
Yeah.
Similar vibes.
Stanley Kubrick.
Mm-hmm. It was his.
I think he started. He started
and then he died.
Yeah.
Then he died.
It's disrespectful to say that's a Kubrick movie though.
But Minority Report is about it takes place in the future where there are these three essentially oracles, siblings that have been taken by an agency of the government, like a new agency called Pre-Crime, and they are seeing the future, like future crime, and the police force of this agency are going out to stop it from happening right before it happens. And Tom Cruise is essentially the leader of this organization.
He's the detective.
The lead
detective
of this whole thing. A lot of really cool like set pieces and ways of like how like technology and how they of this police force, if you want to call it
the touch
that.
glove screen thing's really cool.
Yeah, this is like the future that this movie paints is like the future that I imagine happening in a sort of
now.
I don't think it would be that far off, to be honest.
I mean, the infrastructure of the freeways is kind of crazy in that movie. Kind of like literally driving up right to your goddamn apartment, and you just of your high-rise building.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tom Cruise plays John Anderton, and he is a divorced father who lost his son like years before this, and is what the main driver of him being a part of this agency. Yeah, because he wants to stop it from happening in the future.
Yeah.
Although right now the oracles or the precogs, what they call them, can only prevent murder from happening because it's the most like final like thing that can happen to somebody. And there's a short explanation as to like why they can't stop other crimes, and but I can't remember it. Colin Farrell is also in this along with I think Max von Sydow.
Yeah, it is Max von Sydow.
Let's see. Neil McDonough plays Tom Cruise's partner. You would recognize him. Tim Blake Nelson has a small role.
Yeah.
He is like kind of like overlooking the prison.
And Emily Morton, is that the lead precog? Agnes.
Let's see. Agnes. Samantha Morton plays Agatha.
Morton.
It's Agatha.
You know, you can still get pregnant from pre-crime.
yeah.
So be careful.
I just pre-crame. Yeah. But it's a lengthy movie.
It's Saturday night.
Like 2.5 hours, but it's really, really good. And Deanna had never seen it and she enjoyed it. She's a big fan of sci-fi. So it was really good. There's like twisty turnies. John Anderton gets framed.
Twisty turnies.
John Anderton gets framed for a murder that he's going to commit, but he sees it happen and he's like, "What? I'm not gonna.
I just won't go there.
I'm not gonna murder anybody. How do you end up there?" And the whole movie, if you don't know how it's gonna happen, it's like, yeah, how would he end up there?
You just don't go there,
and you just go along with.
Just sit in a room.
You just go along with the ride, and it's like, yeah, just don't do anything. Just don't. You just kill yourself.
Well, what they say.
Yourself.
Yeah, what they say is that the murder ball comes out, the red ball.
Yeah.
And it always happens like within 15, 20 minutes of the murder.
Yeah.
Because no one is stupid enough to premeditate a murder now because of pre-crime.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So his murder ball comes out and it says John Anderton is going to be like 3 days from now. And they're
gonna
like,
be the perpetrator.
Yeah, he's going to be the perpetrator on this day at this time. And you're like, who's dumb enough to like plan to kill somebody 3 days from now? And he's like, what the fuck? I gotta go on the run.
Yeah.
It is a great concept.
Yeah, and there's some good reveals later on, and you figure out what's happening. And one of the quotes from that movie that I say a lot on my own sometimes is towards the end of the movie where he goes, "What are you gonna do now, Lamar?"
Yeah.
Max von Sydow's character's name is Lamar.
Yeah.
But it's good. There's a lot of kind of crazy technology. Like the batons they have are called sick sticks. Literally makes you throw up.
Yeah, it's a great concept.
The little spiders that come in. Peter Stormare plays a crazy scientist that
doctor
does
eye transplant,
surgeon, and it does a back alley eye transplant.
The one thing of all the things that I love about that movie, the one thing that never sat right with me. Why does he have that disgusting sandwich and that rotten milk in the fridge still?
For funny,
because in theory, if you follow the plot, he makes the nice sandwich for him to recover.
Yeah,
he has to put it next to the one and then just look at the nasty one next to it and go, "That's fine.
I'll leave it there.
I'll just leave it there. I won't throw it in the trash."
Like right after that happens, there's a great shot overhead of the spiders that coming in and going
video game shot,
going into different people's apartments to identify John Anderton.
They scan their eyes,
and it's a great just like overhead shot of multiple apartments,
top down, roof off.
Yeah,
you just see like the layout of the apartment. It's really cool.
People getting identified, ID'd. Yeah, really fun. That's streaming on Apple TV Plus.
Cool.
Paramount Plus.
Okay.
Via Apple TV.
Cool.
The next movie I watched came out last year, streaming on Hulu, starring Jude Law. This is The Order.
I've heard really good things.
Jude Law and Nicholas Hoult. Nicholas Hoult playing a Nazi.
Oh.
Yes. This is based on true events in the Pacific Northwest, where Nicholas Hoult's character essentially branched off from the Aryan Nation to start a new, like, more aggressive version of the Aryan Nation, to be more destructive and to like try to do like a government takeover, starting locally.
And you said this is based off a true story?
Yes, in the 80s.
Wow.
Jude Law plays an FBI agent, Terry Husk, who he goes there to start investigating. Ty Sheridan also plays a local deputy sheriff.
You say Toby Huss?
Huh?
Toby Huss, you said?
Terry Husk.
Oh, Terry Husk
is the character's name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ty Sheridan plays a local deputy who partners up with Jude Law to do this investigation. And it's a really, really good movie. It's really well.
It's like action or what?
It's like it's like a detective slash. There's a little bit of action in it. There's no real mystery or anything like that, but it's more just like a telling of the events that happened. There's a lot of bank robberies or robbing of armored trucks.
Okay.
Those bank trucks.
Oh yeah.
Via like from Nicholas Holt's gang.
Yeah.
And Jude Law is essentially just trying to catch them in the act of doing it. Yeah, it's really entertaining, and there's some kind of shocking moments in it. Really great imagery, looks beautiful. It's in the PNW, so there's a lot of great scenic shots of trees and clouds and stuff like that.
You know, I like trees.
That's right. Real tree slut, aren't you? But yeah, really, really good. High recommend for that.
Cool.
That's The Order, streaming on Hulu. And it does a good tie-in to like today. It's kind of like like similar to if you want to like if Black Klansman.
Yeah.
Similar to that, but not funny.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Remove the comedic aspect of it.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I like my KKK movies funny.
Yeah. Aryan Nation, actually.
Okay.
There's a difference. I also watched Death Rides a Horse.
Oh yeah.
Exactly what you said about it. Really, really, really great. Great third act sort of reveal type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good. We already kind of talked about that. So, and that's on Prime. And then not a stream pick because it's not streaming right now. Went and saw Ray Mendoza / Alex Garland's Warfare.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. And I was there too.
Yes.
You were?
Yes, we went and saw it together. And it was a delight.
Delight is not the word I would use.
Well, that's true.
I wasn't delighted, but
the movie was
good.
Stressful.
It was impactful and stressful and intense.
Was it good?
Yes.
I've been wanting to see that movie.
It's hard to even say that there's no plot really. There's no narrative there's no ABC like character arcs or anything like that.
It's just like
it takes place over the course of 2 hours in real time.
Oh,
it's a small squad of I don't know if they're Marines or Army Rangers or something like that, but they're frogmen, they call them. And they just go into a house to observe something, and then the house gets attacked. And it's them trying to get out of the house with their fallen brothers or injured brothers.
They occupy this poor family's house while they keep them in the bedroom, and they're just like keeping.
It's in Iraq, 2008 Iraq.
Keeping an eye out on their outside environment. They have claymores laced throughout the balcony, and there's a guy who's just on a sniper, just scoping out,
sticking out a hole in the wall.
People, right? Trying to like keep a lookout for anybody who would be up to nefarious activity against them specifically. Yeah. And then they get attacked, and then from there, it's just them trying to survive.
That's it, literally,
and that's the whole movie.
That sounds like a fun time.
It's like all the most intense scenes.
I would not describe it as fun.
No. It's like all the most intense scenes of Saving Private Ryan with no like story narrative.
With no let up.
Well, yeah, there's no let up, but there's also no like narrative story. They're not on a mission to go do something. You don't even know what the mission is. You just pick up them taking this house over, and then.
Well, so was the movie good? Like
we already said that.
Yeah, we did.
It's good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Cool. But it's not something that like I feel like watching Warfare.
You gotta go see it, dude. You're gonna have a blast.
It's not something that you would just like put on, like you would put on something, I guess, like, I don't know, Saving Private Ryan for more entertainment value than Warfare.
And Saving Private Ryan is also a heavy and depressing movie at times, but there's also a lot of heart, and there's also a lot of like
it's more levity in it.
Yeah, there's levity, there's interesting characters, and there's some growth of the characters. In this, it's like you're experiencing the worst day of like 10 people's lives.
Oh no.
And 2 of them particularly that get injured
and 4 of them are the family in that house.
Okay, so more like 15 people's lives, because there's like 4 or 5 people in the family who own the house that are there for the whole thing.
Yeah,
they're not under attack; they're hiding in the back room, but it's literally their house being destroyed as the siege is happening.
Yeah,
and 2 of the frogmen get injured badly, very badly injured.
Yes,
and their screams of agony are like haunting in my memory. They
can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
I recommend it.
Yeah. And it was great to see in theaters because had really, really great sound design. And there's no hand holding in terms of like, because these guys are just talking to each other like they're in the military. And so there's a lot of like just echo, bravo, a lot of code speak. And I'm just like, yeah, sure. But yeah, really, really good. And I don't really know how anybody could come out of this movie and say that was propaganda because watching it, I was like, I never had the thought of like
some levity in this.
I was never like, good thing these guys are there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the whole time you're like, so they went in there to do an unknown thing. They were attacked, wasted a bunch of people's, like blew up, basically destroyed half a neighborhood, ruined 2 people's lives, took 1 person's life on their side, and many, many people on the other side.
Radicalized
an entire family.
Yeah. Potentially.
And
dumped on
and
or
got
traumatized
literally nothing done the entire time.
Nothing got done.
Nothing got done.
Yeah.
And you're like, I can imagine this was one firefight, one of probably like 2,000 firefights that happened during the course of that war that are very similar to that situation.
Mm-hmm.
To what end?
Yeah, I mean, the whole war was pointless. So
yeah,
but yeah, that was warfare, and it was impactful and good. And the end credits were really interesting because they had a lot of behind the scenes that they included into it of like the making of it, and also like side by side pictures that most of them you didn't even see their face.
Yeah, they blurred out their face.
They blurred
real
out,
people,
which was interesting. They showed the actor who played that role, that character, or the real life person.
Yeah,
but they didn't show
the actual person,
the actual face of the person.
There's like a photo of the real person, and they blurred their face out. But they did have 2 of the real guys on set that were like hired for the production as character witnesses or sort of what's the word I'm looking for?
Raymond Mendoza was there too, the director.
Yeah.
And I was there too.
And I was there. You know it's hot out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I have.
Cool.
Stream picks.
Well, that sounds like, oh man, I can't wait to see that movie.
Yeah, you should go see it. You could have seen it this morning and still had time to make spaghetti.
True.
But you didn't either. All right. So you guys got anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Binge Lord Dan's in the chat. Dan Kovecki. What's up?
Damn.
What's up, buddy? It was a prank they had history. I'm not sure what that was referring to.
Minority Report series.
Yeah, he said he had. It's from 10 years ago. Lasted 10 episodes. So yeah, there was a Minority Report series. I'm not sure.
What was a prank?
I don't know. What was a prank, Dan?
It's just a prank, bro.
I'm joking.
I'm joking.
But anyways, so if you're still joining us live on the live stream and you're new to this setup, we take about a 15-minute break, 20-minute break usually, probably a little bit lighter this time, maybe like 15 minutes, because we already ate. we ate on camera.
Yeah, we did.
But we're going to come back in about 15 minutes and review Once Upon a Time in the West, the finale for Spaghetti Western April.
Yes.
And if you're not watching it live, if you're watching this later on in the week or listening on the podcast, we will be coming back on Wednesday with that review.
Yes.
Correct.
So thank you to our cool ass Yardies over on Patreon. That's Javier, Heather, Michael, and Chris. If you want to support us on the Patreon, you can do so at patreon.com/middleclassfilmclass, or you can just watch on the YouTube channel. That is another way to help without having to pay a dime. So until next time. Whoops, I'm on the wrong one. Thank you for joining us as we gab and chatter. We eat some spaghetti and talk about some good streaming picks and some warfare.
That's right.
Follow us later on in the week as we review Once Upon a Time in the West. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/MCFC podcast, and send us an email, mcfcpodcast@gmail.com.
And follow us on Instagram at Middle Class Film Class.
And on TikTok at Middle Class Film Class, and on Twitter at Podcast MCFC.
That's right. We're going to take a very quick break, and we'll be right back.
See ya.
See ya.
See you later.
This is not spaghetti per se.
Class dismissed.
I gotta get out of here. The bell doesn't dismiss you. I dismiss you.
You're free to go.
See you next week.
See you later. See you later.
That's a wrap.
Great show.